Welcome to the CrossFit Max podcast.
What is going on, guys, and thank you for tuning in. I wish that someone sent me this podcast 13 years ago when I started CrossFit. So if you know someone who is just getting in to this lifestyle change and starting their CrossFit journey, then please send them this video. It'll hopefully give them some insight to help boost their confidence and what they should avoid and maybe how they should approach the journey at the beginning. So we hope you enjoy it. Make sure you give us a rating and a review, and let's get to it.
I refuse.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome back, everybody.
Going on, team. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. Let's jump right into it, baby, because we have
no introduction necessary.
Minimal amount of time.
You know us. You love us.
You're with Susie and Brandon here.
The usual.
If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, well, we love you. Thanks for coming back.
If you're new, we love you too.
Well, we don't know yet.
We can't be sure, actually.
We can't be sure, yeah.
We don't make empty promises.
We need to build a trusted relationship with the new people.
Okay, well.
The old people, the old and wise people know that we love them a lot. And we appreciate you guys. Yeah, so we got a fun episode ahead. We're going to talk about some of the biggest mistakes you can make.
Yeah, like not being a member of CrossFit Max.
Yeah, spoiler.
Number one. Oh. All right, and that's a wrap on this week's episode.
That was the fastest podcast ever. No, but first we got a banter topic.
Oh,
Are you ready?
Favorite.
Do you know what I'm going to ask you, my love?
I'm not going to risk guessing.
This
hit me.
Friday
Coming up
is going to be our 4-year wedding anniversary.
Hell to the yeah. We made it.
We made
4
it.
years, baby.
4 years married this Friday.
How long have we been together? Pop question.
That's what I was going to say. How long have we been together? We've been together for almost 7 years. Next month will be 7 years.
7
Labor
years.
Labor Day will be 7-year mark that we've been together. But yeah, so the question I have for you.
What is my favorite thing about you?
What are your top 3 favorite things about me?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Your bum.
Physical, okay.
Oh, sorry. Your awesome personality.
My glorious peach.
No, for real. I love how inspiring you are.
Aw.
You make other people want to change their lives, and that's pretty epic.
Wow, thanks, love.
I also love your bum.
Yes, you do.
And I want it to be like a good one.
Put you on the spot here, just so the listeners know. I did not tell Susie I was
Preface me. We never do that. We don't speak beforehand.
Yeah.
It's actually the first time we're speaking all day.
Susie just walked in from her other job, and I'm got the podcast set up in the kitchen, and I'm like, all right, let's go.
I really love how much you care about people.
Oh.
Sometimes it's annoying because you care so much about people, but you're an extremely genuine person. What you see is what you get.
Sweet.
Okay, what do you love about me? You knew that was coming.
Your bum.
I knew that was coming too.
I love how strong you love.
My big muscles?
No, like how strong you love. Like you're someone that when you love someone or you love something, like
I'm clingy.
You're clingy. Yes. No, but you're very, you make that person feel very special and very known that they're loved by you.
That's very nice. I feel like that's accurate.
Yeah.
I'm a lover girl.
You're a lover girl for sure.
Okay. What
I
else?
also love that you're extroverted.
Me? No.
I love, because I'm more of the introvert side of.
You are.
I know that I coach and everything, and I love to be around people. Maybe I'm kind of a mix in between the introvert and extrovert. But that being said, I love that you're extroverted and you bring out that side of me more often.
Yes.
And
that was 3.
And your bum.
It should be in the top 3, to be honest.
Well, yeah, no, that's not in the top 3.
Oh. It's not big enough for
I would
you?
say also I love...
You don't like it? It's not round enough?
I love how you are mothering.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I love that about you. For sure.
That's a good one. I forgot that we're parents.
I feel like when you're young and you're trying to find a girlfriend, I guess everyone gets to this point, or hopefully gets to this point, where they want to settle down with someone where they could see a future with. And I definitely wanted kids in my life, and I saw that in you, and now I get to actually live through that. So yeah, I love how good of a mother you are.
Thank you.
Yeah. So those are my top 3 things about you, and bum is up there. We'll call that my physical attribute that I love about you. Anyways, so that's the banter topic.
That was so cute.
We are going to be celebrating our 3-year CrossFit Max anniversary.
Damn.
This Friday. It's kind of ironic. We're going to be celebrating our anniversary on this Saturday, but just the way the schedule worked and everything like that, we're going to be celebrating our gym's birthday.
On our wedding anniversary.
Yeah. So you're all welcome.
So happy wedding to us.
You're all welcome to come and join us. We're going to work out at 5:30 p.m. this Friday.
Be there or be square.
Open to the public. Free workout. Friends, neighbors, colleagues, whoever the heck, family. Bring them in. And then we're going to go to the new brewery. I say new-ish because...
It was previously a brewery under a different name.
Yep. So it used to be La Brosse Brewery. Now it is Folklore. Microbrasserie Folklore. Is that how you say it? Or microbrewery, screws. I think the brasserie is the French way, right? Anyways, Folklore is the new name of it. I believe they're new owners, and
Taylor Swift has an album named Folklore.
Oh, really? Didn't the internet break because she announced she was dropping something as an album?
A new album.
Oh man, the internet's breaking apart already.
Yeah.
We won't go into this. But anyways, back to the
regularly scheduled program.
Yeah. So if you guys are around, come work out with us this Friday.
And then have a beer with us.
Come have a beer, and we also
food.
We're gonna get some food as well. Yeah, they're bringing in their new chef. Their new chef is starting next month, but they're like, oh, we can hook you up. We'll put you in contact. We'll try to get him in for this event for you guys. And yeah, so we created a fun little menu, and
so it's a personalized menu.
Yeah, we're gonna have chicken burgers and normal burgers, fries, coleslaw, things like that. Some nice beer. It'll be a good time.
Perfect. I'll be there.
Yeah. So, banter topic complete. Let's go into the main topic of the day. Or did you want to do... Why are you looking at me like that?
We forgot something.
You wanted to do our new segment here. All right, well, do we want to do new segment now or new segment after?
Now.
Okay, here we go.
Trend or trash?
Okay, I think it'll be a quick one.
Okay,
I'm asking you.
You're asking me. Perfect, because I didn't have one prepared. I actually don't have anything prepared.
You ready?
Ready.
This would be a good one for you, actually, because you're now in the corporate world.
I'm a corporate girly. Does it count as corporate?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Absolutely, yeah. You are working at a desk, and this is the question. Trend or trash? Standing or walking treadmill desk? I'm going to sip on this Nespresso while you ponder that thought.
I mean...
a little bit of caffeine in the afternoon.
Technically, I guess it's trend.
Yeah.
But...
Well, I mean, all the things we're going to ask on here are always going to be trend.
Yeah, but I just mean like it's not trash. Like if you're somebody who is sitting all day and you can in your place of work opt for a standing desk, then and you actually use it, cool, go for it. For sure, it's great to be able to alternate from sitting to standing.
Yeah.
If you're someone who's physically able to do those walking pad desks and you can actually get work done, do it. But I feel like sometimes we're just trying to find solutions to some problems that are actually more simple, like go outside on your lunch break for a walk.
I would be surprised. No, not surprised. I would be curious, to know how many of our listeners
sit at a desk.
That's also a good question. How many of our listeners are sitting at a desk, and are there any listeners actually standing at a desk at work or using one of those little walking treadmill things?
Like, I feel like people for sure use them. As I think more like work from home people do, because I feel like it would be weird. Like, I definitely can't just stand at my desk at work.
Okay.
But I feel like if you were to work from home, I think it would be more feasible. I feel like we have friends who use them.
Do we?
I feel like LP has a standing desk.
Yeah, he does.
Does he stand at it?
I don't know. We'll have to ask him.
Anyways, I feel that you should just go outside and go for a walk and get your activity the old-fashioned way.
Yeah. I think the only person I know at the gym who has a standing desk is Sarah. I think Sarah has a standing desk, and I think she's told me that she goes from standing to sitting throughout the day.
I mean, that's good.
This was probably a conversation we had maybe a couple of years ago.
Oh, damn.
I don't know if she still does it. I'd be curious to know if she's still at a standing desk.
That's what I think. I think that's why it's like a trend, is that I think it was kind of booming a few years ago. It was all the rage. All the cool kids were getting standing desks, and now everybody sits at their standing desk.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's a
that would be my guess.
Neat concept. It's for sure going to get us less sedentary by standing up. But I'd be curious to know if there's any people actually walking. I feel like walking on a mini treadmill.
I don't think I could like type and walk.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, is that a skill that needs to be developed?
Yeah,
or?
it's like chewing gum and walking at the same time. It's pretty hard. It's true. Have you ever tried it?
Are you being serious right now? Chewing gum and walking?
Yeah, like watch. Next time you're chewing gum and walking, you're probably not actually chewing. You're probably just holding it while you walk, and then you resume chewing.
What?
It's like patting your head and rubbing your belly at the same time.
I've heard of that before.
Yeah, it's all the same.
Chewing gum and walking is an actual thing?
Yeah.
What? I do not believe this at all.
You heard it here, folks.
Oh, interesting. So many listeners are going to be like,
Everyone's
trying
like,
this out.
Susie is so fucking dumb. I don't even know why I tune into this stupid podcast every week. She's so dumb.
Yeah, anything that's going to get you stopping or minimizing the amount of sitting you have to do and get you to be standing / moving your body is going to be good. If it's going to help you boost up the step count in your day, great.
I think my fear is somebody would be like, oh, I have a standing desk. I've been standing all day. And so then they get home and they sit on their ass.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you should still exercise.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Getting outside. There's too many benefits to having sunshine on your skin, getting fresh air, being outside and connecting with nature and also potentially with other humans while you're walking.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Dogs.
Animals. You're right. Yep. Yep. All right.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to talk about the biggest mistakes people make in CrossFit and how to avoid them. Mm-hmm. And I would like to start this by saying, if you had asked me this question 10 years ago, I think the answers would be different.
Okay. I love that.
So 2025 answers, I feel like, are much different than the 2015 answers. And who knows? Maybe we can check back in 10 years from now and see what are the answers in
I think we'll
2035?
still be podcasting in our kitchen in 10 years.
Hopefully not in our kitchen, but hopefully
Thomas
still
will be
podcasting.
like in grade 5.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Get him on the podcast. That'd be cool. But yeah. So.
Hit us. Biggest mistake.
You join a CrossFit gym. You've been doing some CrossFit. You've been seeing this thing online. Your friends have been telling you about it. Mm-hmm. The number one thing about CrossFitters is we don't stop talking about CrossFit.
Yeah, it takes like less than 3 minutes for it to come up in conversation. It's statistics.
Hey, what do you do for a living? Yeah, I do CrossFit. Oh, yeah, you're like, I thought you were like an accountant. Yeah, I'm also an accountant, but I also do CrossFit.
You should try, bro.
Yeah, so the number one biggest, should we start number one?
Yeah.
Yeah, number one biggest.
Send it.
Mistake, which I don't even know if.
Just say it. People are on the edge of their seats right now. Just say it.
I will get to it when I process my mind around how I want to say this.
Okay, perfect. We'll wait.
I think the biggest mistake people come in with is the mindset that they think CrossFit is too intense.
Yeah.
I think that is the number one. They have this like preconceived notion about like CrossFit being really intense. And I think that might be the biggest mistake people have when they first start.
I agree.
I think 10 years ago, I think people maybe would have said similar, but I think 10 years ago...
It was too intense.
Yeah, no. I think 10 years ago, people were like diving into the intensity too much.
Okay.
So this will be like another mistake later down the line, but I don't think the order is the same over the 10 years.
Right. I see.
So I think right now, a lot of people...
Are fearful.
Are fearful of the intensity
Correct.
that CrossFit brings, which is totally valid if you're someone who has maybe never exercised before.
Right.
Because CrossFit can be intense, but
sure.
Just like anything you do in life, intensity is relative to each person.
Right. True.
If I say pick up an empty barbell, that might be really heavy for someone to pick up a 45-pound bar.
For sure.
For someone else, 45-pound bar might be something they've been lifting for 15, 20 years, right? Maybe they played football in school and maybe they trained most of their life. And then you tell them to grab a barbell out of the little rack that it's hanging in. They pick up the barbell and they're like, all right, like what am I adding on it right away?
Right.
You know? So sometimes your people's brake, but also their gas pedal. But yeah, I think the biggest mistake people make is having this mindset that CrossFit is too intense. Mm-hmm. And what I would encourage people to do is most of the time you are going into CrossFit to make a pretty big lifestyle change. Mm-hmm. So just going into CrossFit with an open mind and what we like to call that growth mindset is just, hey, it's okay that wherever you're at, like lifting a barbell is intense for you right now. And then that's totally fine, mm-hmm. right? But it's not too intense for you.
Yeah.
Like these are we're, like I said, we're in 2025 right now. Research on exercise, on lifestyle, on sleep, on nutrition. It's the best and the most research that's ever been. And we know now that we should be training at high intensities. We know that we should be lifting weights. We know that we should be moving our joints through full ranges of motion. Mm-hmm. We know all of these things, and it's our job to continuously educate the public that all of this stuff is extremely safe and nothing is too intense. Yeah.
I want to put a client on blast right now about a convo we had this morning at our 6 a.m. class. Client's Harut. he's killing it. He's upped his frequency and consistency. And
Yeah, he
and
definitely
this
has.
morning I was telling him, I was like, oh, you're killing it. Like, you've been coming more regularly. That's awesome. And he's like, yeah, I've been making sure I still go to my Orange Theory classes at least 3 times a week because I want to burn fat. And, you know, this is something we hear all the time from people, is that, like, that belief that doing low impact cardio
Yeah.
is like the key to burning fat.
Yeah, I think it's the orange zone, right? That's what Orange Theory is. They have like zones or
I
something.
don't know.
Like,
Yeah. But
what a sneaky and great marketing tool.
fantastic marketing
Get
tool,
your
and
heart
it's
rate,
working.
get your heart rate in this zone, and you're gonna burn the most amount of fat.
Yeah. And, you know, I told Harut, I said that, you know, you're much better off training more regularly at CrossFit, that if that's your goal. If you're because there's a time and place for all types of exercise. I'm not trying to poo-poo a certain exercise. Exercise is good, period. But if your goal is to burn fat, which that is the goal of a lot of people, there's still so much misinformation about how to go about doing that. And another client, Malice, was in the class, and her and I were talking about that afterwards, because we were saying, like, a great way to burn fat is by lifting weights, is by having like varied intensity in your training, is by doing all the things that we do at CrossFit. And she said that a lot of people believe in those cardio Orange Theory style workouts that they're burning calories because it's perceived effort, because they leave sweaty.
Yeah, for sure.
But really, when it comes to, you know, creating body composition that you want, leaning out, getting muscle mass and stuff, this is not the way you're going to go about doing it. But it's so commonly accepted as the way to do it. It's just wrong.
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, all exercise is good exercise. If someone's, you know, going from no movement to movement, then it's great. There's just optimal ways of exercising and training. And Orange Theory is one of those great gyms that has marketed these zones that, like, when your heart rate is within this zone, then you could optimize your fat burning and things like that. But for sure, you need resistance training. You need to be lifting weights. You do need to be doing some sort of aerobic training at the same time as well. So you got to get your heart rate up. You got to get your muscles under fatigue. You got to get them under stress. If you want to, like, first of all, like, it's this really hard concept to believe. And I think so many people think that building muscle is this really easy task to do.
No.
And building muscle is so hard, so hard. And it's much more challenging than people truly understand it to be. And what happens is that when people start losing fat, their muscles start to show more. So they think that they're building muscle, but, like, building muscle takes so much time.
Right.
Like, you would be lucky if you put on, like, a couple pounds of muscle in a year span. Like, it takes a lot of time to build muscle, like real muscle mass. Like, lean muscle tissue takes a lot of time to build, and you have to put your muscles under extreme stress. And what I mean by that is you need to do X amount of sets for that muscle each week, 2 points of failure. I'm talking about, like, loading the bar on your back and squatting until you physically cannot squat.
Right.
You know, it's not like, whew, that was hard. And you were able to do
Like 8 reps.
6 to 10 more repetitions in your tank. Like, we're talking like you were going to get to that next rep and you were not going to be able to stand up. And you need to do that for multiple sets a week, you know? So this concept of, like, building muscle is really, really challenging. And losing fat is relatively, or no, it's much easier to do if you manage your diet properly, if you manage your sleep, if you are burning calories and taking your steps in and stuff.
Right.
And then I think like the biggest issue with like these orange theories and stuff is that they just make you think that just by like going really hard in these cardio zones where your heart rate is sitting at this, that you are going to be just like shredding fat off your body like crazy.
Yeah, like people always say things like, I want to melt fat off my body. Like that's not really how that works.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I feel like this was a little bit of a tangent here.
But my point being is that the biggest mistake here, people thinking that CrossFit's too intense. And so, for example, this client, Harut, I challenged him to just do CrossFit for a month at the same level of frequency that he's doing both and see what happens. Because I think he kind of fit in the category of thinking, well, like if I train CrossFit 5 days a week, it's going to be too intense for me.
Yeah.
And because my goal is to lose fat, I want to like burn off fat with these cardio workouts. And what I was challenging him is to try doing only CrossFit workouts for a month. I was like, we don't program in a way where it's not feasible to come 5 days a week. There are plenty of our members who come 5 days per week, and it's a non-issue. In terms of managing their training. It's not like that perceived like go all out until you throw up. Like that's not who we are. That's not what CrossFit is. Anyways, so that's kind of why I was linking it back, because I think a lot of people, when they first start CrossFit, they don't want to jump right in and they try to do like 2 days a week, and it's just not the recipe for success.
Yeah, I think that would be my second biggest mistake people make is the frequency of training that is required for you to really get the results that you need. This kind of great segue, and we put a ton of time into the programming of CrossFit Max,
right?
So that athletes can train multiple days in a row.
Yep.
And several times per week.
I mean, I do.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, for sure. But going back to maybe Harut's situation, maybe he isn't ready for 5 days of training per week. The amount of dosage people should be training also depends on where they're at in their fitness level.
For sure.
And I think we've gone over this in our previous episodes, but I really think that if CrossFit is your main source of activity, like it is for probably 75% of my year, let's say, because there's a period of time where I'm training for my half marathon right now. So it is right now 50% of my training, let's say. But for a majority of the year, like CrossFit is like my sole source of activity. Like I don't play other sports. I don't do really any sort of activity besides walking on a day-to-day basis. You should be exercising at a minimum of 4 times per week.
Absolutely,
that is the minimum required dosage for someone to live a really healthy and active lifestyle. And for someone who's brand new, they might think like, oh wow, like I'm just doing 2 times per week. And like we've said on the podcast, like we've had many conversations before, when you only do 2 workouts per week, it is almost like every workout is going to feel like your first workout back. You're going to do a workout, you're going to rest for 3-ish days. You're going to feel really sore the first day
even
after
worse.
your workout. Then the second day, it might kick in even more. The third day, you finally might start to be recovered. And then the fourth day, you're just going to rinse and repeat that. You're going to train again.
Absolutely.
And then you're going to be really sore again for another 3 more days.
That's exactly right.
So the 2 times per week, it's like you'll never lose this argument when someone says, well, it's better than nothing.
100%.
Yeah, you're right. It is better than nothing. But
if you want to see some actual real change, then coming 2 times per week is not the path to get there.
Yeah. And at the beginning start point, if like you're really going, like maybe you haven't done exercise in let's say a few months and you're starting CrossFit, you definitely want to start at 3 times per week and get up to 4 times within, I like to say 2 months. Within 2 months, you want to bump it up from 3 times to 4 times.
Yep.
And if you stick at 4 times, you could live a really, really healthy lifestyle and just stick at 4 times per week and you'll be golden.
But I feel like the addiction hits once you start going 4 times a week, because the return on investment starts to show up. That's my experience. Once you start coming regularly, you start noticing visible improvements. You start noticing your body change. You start to feel better. You start to get better at your CrossFit skills. And so the return on your investment starts to go up, and then the desire to come more often increases as well.
Yeah.
I think it's sort of like a self-fulfilling prophecy in a positive way.
Yeah, you're mentally going to feel way better about your training. Your recovery's going to get better. You're going to naturally start to do the necessary things outside in your lifestyle that will help you also recover and feel good. And it's just going to be this huge wave of positive emotions and this big lifestyle change that you're really going to start to enjoy. So yeah, starting not being frequent enough at the beginning is a huge mistake. And I would say that maybe 10 years ago, it would have been the opposite. I think 10 years ago, I think people that started CrossFit were going all in, like got to go 3 days on, 1 day off, or got to go like 5-6 days, make the most of it, and then take 1 day off. And I think,
and then
I don't know where,
like that's where the bad rap came in, because people were going too hard too fast.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right.
People were just going all in, and rest days are very important. You know, we're talking about the frequency that you should be training, but rest days are also very important for the body.
Yep.
And I think that maybe 10 years ago, people were going all in because they just thought CrossFit was really intense and that they had to dive in head first and just go all in and make the most out of it. But I don't know where that's changed along the way here. But I think that was that's been a big shift I've noticed over the last 10 years. Yeah. Third thing, I would say that people make a big mistake, and that they should try to avoid this as much as possible. And this is probably the same as 10 years ago, is that they want to change every aspect of everything, every part of their life right away, like super quick. I want to change my food. I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to stop doing this. I'm going to not drink. I'm not going to go out with my friends anymore on the weekends. You know, like I'm not going to hang out.
Too extreme. Like you can't go from one extreme to the other. You can't go from sedentary to like non-food conscious to completely 180 overnight and expect it to stick.
Yeah. And then there's this pretty popular YouTube video, or YouTube clip, I should say, of Matt Frazier, who's one of the OG CrossFit Games athletes who won the male category 5 years in a row. And he was talking about his buddy who wanted to get in shape. Like he was overweight and he wanted to get in shape, and he was just asking his friend, at the time was Matt Frazier, like, how does he get in shape? And he invited him over to his garage, and he started him with a 12-minute EMOM. And then, Matt Frazier is a CrossFit Games champion, so he is training all day, morning to night. His life is this. So a friend comes over, they do a 12-minute workout, and he tells him to go home after. And he says, wait, what? That's it? And he says, yep, go home. He said, okay, well, what am I supposed to do about my food? He said, nope, don't change your food. Don't change anything. You don't need to do any other exercise today. Come back tomorrow, and tomorrow we're going to do 13 minutes. You know, and it's like these slow progressions. Sustainable. And then, you know, after a few weeks, then we can start to look at your food, right? If you can keep it up for X amount of weeks where you're just focusing on being at the gym.
Yeah, you don't want to overload your system. You don't want to overload your mind with things. You don't want to overload your body with changes. You want to make sustainable lifestyle changes gradually.
Yeah. But for some people, they just don't know what sustainable is. So it's like really just taking your time at the beginning. And if it's just, well, showing up to the gym is a big deal for me. All right. For the next month, that's all you're doing. You're just going to show up to the gym. I say just, I don't mean it like that, but I mean, that is the only focus that you have to do for the next 4 weeks. Show up to the gym 3 times, plug it into your calendar. Don't let friends, don't let family, don't let any other things distract you and change those appointments that you're booking in. 3 times this week, 3 times next week, 3 times the following week, and then 3 times again after that. Once you complete that, okay, now we can start talking about vegetables in your meals.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. A really good recipe for success is giving yourself little victories that feel manageable, because it's already so hard to show up to the gym 3 times per week if you've never done that before. So you don't want to bombard yourself with things, feel like a winner for like 2 days, and then like a big old loser when you can't keep it up.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to feel like a loser. You got to set yourself up for success.
Exactly. Did I do a good job covering that stuff?
I think you did a great job.
Okay, we've got 2 more quick ones here.
You always do a good job. You're perfect.
Next one. This is something I did for the good and the bad when I started CrossFit.
Here we go.
And that was comparing myself to other people.
So this is the biggest mistake people make.
One of the biggest mistakes.
One of them, obviously.
For sure, yeah. When I started CrossFit, I came from a very competitive sport background.
Right.
And I saw people lifting things, and I was hungry to do those lifts and to do the weight on the bar that they were doing and all those things. And there were moments that potentially put me in situations that got me injured.
Right.
You know, when you're 21-year-old, athlete in college, and you graduate and you're lifting a barbell and you're next to 35-year-old mom next to you who's clean and jerking more weight than you are. There's this idea of like, what in the world? I am going to go and grab 10 more pounds, Yeah. So, and then there's men, I'm like, holy shit, like these people are insanely strong. Like, so there's these moments of it's a good thing and a bad thing. And where it's a bad thing is comparing yourself either on the, okay, well, this person's lifting this much, so I have to go and grab more weight and sacrifice your technique, which that's definitely bad.
Definitely not the right move.
There's also the negative mindset you could put yourself into, like, hey, like look at this person over here, like this person's doing kipping pull-ups and I have to do ring rows, like I am such a loser, like there's the negative emotions that you can give yourself, which you want to avoid that at all cost.
Absolutely. That's hard.
But on the good side of it, you can be inspired by these people.
Right.
I'm inspired by so many athletes at our gym. I'm inspired by the people who are new at the gym and are like, I do their free trial and I ask them if they can do a pull up, and they're like, they get up there and they give it a shot and they get halfway up, or they get maybe a tenth of the way up there. They get a little micro bend of their elbows before they hop off, and these people are doing kipping pull ups now and chest to bars and toes to bar. And I'm like, holy crap, like this is crazy. At one moment, not too long ago, they were struggling to just hang from a pull-up bar or deadlift 55 pounds from the ground, and now they're clean and jerking it, So there's this element that, you're surrounded by these impressive athletes around you, but you have to remember that all the people around you have put in so much time and so much work, so much effort, and at one stage, they were also like you.
Yeah.
They were also having the hopping on the pull-up bar and having a micro bend in their elbows.
Yeah, that's why it's such a big risk to start playing the comparison game, because it's quite challenging because you don't know the other person's story. Someone might walk in, let's say, to the gym and see Brandon doing muscle ups like it's nothing, But they don't know he's been working at that for 11 years to get to where he is. And you can't compare your day 1 to someone's day 10,000.
Yeah, exactly. So use the people around you. Try not to compare yourself, but use them as inspiration. And I feel like at the beginning of starting CrossFit, I really felt like I was really comparing myself to these guys who were 20 years older than me. I'm like, these guys are in their 40s and they're lifting more weight than I am. You know, like these moms that are 10, 15 years older than me are doing these gymnastic movements that I can barely even kick upside down against the wall without feeling like the whole universe is spinning upside down.
Right.
You know, and
So
they're like
true.
busting out 10 kipping handstand push-ups. I'm like, what the hell? And then they're already on their second round of the 400-meter run while I'm still just trying to get upside down, you know?
Yeah, it's so epic.
So I had a big mental shift where I was like, you know what, like I don't want to compare myself to these people, but I do want to use them as inspiration, you know?
Yeah, you can, instead of being like, oh, I'll never be able to do that, you can look at it and be like, if they can do it, then
Heck
I
yeah.
can absolutely achieve that at one point with the
Exactly.
right amount of dedication and hard work.
Yeah.
All right.
And then the last thing
Take it away.
is just making sure you stick to the fundamentals. Sometimes we just want to get so
Crazy.
yeah, we see the final product of certain people doing things, right? Of doing the muscle ups and doing the heavy clean and jerks and stuff, and we just kind of want to skip level 2, 3, and 4, and just go straight from level 1 to level 5 or whatever that movement is.
Yep.
And then we tend to forget that there is the fundamentals
Stepping stones.
of movements. You know, building an aerobic system, it takes time. You know, and you can't be cherry picking your workouts because like, oh, there's cardio on this day, and you know, I'm a little nervous about cardio because that's the hard stuff, and I'm just gonna skip out to there. And then, but man, every time I do a 10-minute AMRAP, I always feel like I'm dying. It's like, well,
Yeah.
maybe if you did a little bit more of the longer, slower, lower intensity cardio, that you would actually feel much better when you approach the 10-minute workouts, right? When you're doing the gymnastics and you just want to get the final product, the final movement, and you realize that, hey, like I got to make sure I'm engaging my lats properly, I'm keeping my toes together, like really zoning in on the fundamentals. Don't let your ego get in the way, and really just try to stick to the foundational movements as best as you can.
Mic drop.
Boom. So
Should we do a recap?
no.
Perfect. I didn't want to either.
Hopefully all of those things, maybe a lot of you guys might be able to like
Resonate
with some of those things. We would love to hear from you guys.
What do you think your biggest mistakes were?
Yeah. What about you, Suze?
My biggest mistake?
Yeah.
Probably like all of those things. Honestly.
Nice.
I feel like a big one for me originally would have been cherry picking workouts. So
Oh, you're a cherry picker.
I was, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Actually, now I embrace the things that I'm not good at because I would like to improve. But originally, if you know anything about my personality, I do not like sucking at stuff. And so
Now you
I would
suck.
just,
At a lot of things.
yeah, but I embrace it. Lol. So I used to just see like, let's say snatches on the workout and not go that day because I didn't like feeling like I sucked at it.
Yeah.
So that would be a big mistake I made at the beginning. Same with comparing myself to others. I don't think I went ever too intense, but I definitely wanted to get stronger, but without actually putting more weight on my bar. That was like a big, those types of mistakes.
Yeah.
Like, why I can only lift the 25-pound dumbbell? Well, have you ever tried anything heavier? No. Why don't you take something
ding,
heavier?
ding, ding.
No, because then I'll be slower in the workout and I guess less rounds and I'll feel bad about myself.
Yeah.
That was like my
your
philosophy
thing, yeah.
early days.
Well, we hope that you guys got some good value. We end the podcast the same way every week with Client of the Week.
Pew, 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 pew.
This client is a newer client at the gym.
Killing it.
Probably, I don't know the exact date, but maybe a couple months now. Yeah.
I would say so.
And he came in explaining his situation, and it had been a few years, since he had done any sort of exercise. And I think he's done a really great job at avoiding all of the things that we just spoke about.
Right.
And, hopefully he's been kind to himself. I feel like from an outside perspective, it looks like he has. He's been ultra consistent. He went from like wanting to do the 2 times a week to finally listening to me and doing the 3 times a week.
Attaboy.
And then, was it last week or 2 weeks ago, I think? Yeah, 2 weeks ago, he came up to me and he's like, hey, I think I'm ready to go to the unlimited and come 4 times per week. So that was a really cool moment for him. He's explained to me that he's a little bit more intimidated for the bigger classes, got out of his comfort zone and came to our functional bodybuilding class on Monday night. And I was like, dude, like, you're going to love that class. I know that's right up your alley. And he's come twice now. Nice. And he really loved it. So I'll specify the last name because I think we have 3 different names, same first names at the gym. But that client of the week is Richard, which we have 3 Richards.
Yes, so if your name is Richard, you're on the edge of your seat right now. Who could it be?
Hopefully I don't butcher his last name. Monzon Esturban.
There we go.
So
way to go, Rich.
Richard's been killing it. I've been loving his mindset. He's kind of coming out of his shell. He's a little bit quieter, but he started to make some funny jokes in the class. He's been speaking to people a lot more now, and it's really cool to see someone to just keep grinding it out, keep pushing,
trust in the process,
just trusting in the process the whole time. So good job, Richard. Keep it up.
Amazing. Well deserved. Keep up the great work, bud.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Send this podcast to someone who just started CrossFit, and hopefully they will get some value. I wish that I heard the stuff that we said
absolutely
when I first started. And just remember, you're awesome. This isn't a quick fix. This is a lifestyle that you're trying to build.
Heck yeah.
And in order to do so, you need to be kind to yourself, you need to be gentle, but you also need to know that you have to be consistent, you have to show up, and you have to be willing to put in the hard work to make real change in your life.
Hell yeah.
We hope you enjoy this. Make sure you share it, give us a like and a rating. It helps get our podcast out to some new people, and we'll catch you in next week's episode where we talk about 3 years of CrossFit Max.
Boom.
See ya.
Bye.